Chair Conference, Martin Neill, delegate from the Scottish Association of Labour Councillors and proud to serve as a Labour councillor in Glasgow. Every single Scottish local authority has faced a real terms cut in their funding for services since the SNP came to power at Holyrood. This is against a background of the expenditure of our councils rising by over 10% since 2007. Demands in local government services have increased, while the resources to meet those demands have diminished substantially. In conference, the 2015-16 budget settlement for local government once again underlines that local government is not a priority for the SNP government. The centralising government requires our councils to meet an increasing number of demands without fully funding them, which leads our councils to have to make increasingly difficult choices. The Scottish Government's failure to properly fund the council tax freeze is seen from the thousands of jobs that have been lost, councils' increased reliance on charges to fund them, and cuts to services. There is no point in the SNP sitting back and blaming the Tories when they themselves sit on millions in budget underspends, failing to protect jobs and our most vulnerable communities. It is not good enough to pass the buck and blame onto local councils who have been underfunded for nearly a decade. It is a fact the SNP have slashed local government's share of the Scottish budget since they took office. Where the Scottish Government has seen a 3% reduction in its spending, the SNP have disproportionately passed on a 6% cut to local government. In conference, you can always rely on SNP ministers to blame Labour councils for any difficult decisions they have to make. But we know Scotland's public services are facing brutal cuts because of the decisions made by both the Tories in Westminster and the SNP in Edinburgh. And whilst the SNP government cut council budgets across the country, it is Labour councillors who are prepared to take the action required to help protect frontline services. In Glasgow, we face a significant spending gap over the next 2 years, so savings will have to be found. Despite this, Glasgow Labour is pursuing ambitious policies, including the Affordable Warmth Initiative, an annual payment of £100 to those aged over 80, introduced in winter 2011 and paid every year since. The Glasgow Guarantee, made to every school leaver, of support in the form of an apprenticeship, training or employment. This programme has been so successful in creating employment and stimulating growth, Labour councillors have doubled the Glasgow Guarantee budget. We led the way. We led the way on the living wage, becoming the first local authority in Scotland to deliver a fair and decent wage. We now have over 250 employers signed up to the Glasgow living wage. I'm also very proud that we have delivered 86 out of the 100 manifesto commitments we made to the people of Glasgow in 2012. Despite the size of the SNP cuts, Labour-led councils are using the limited resources we have to bring forward transformative policies to our communities. Conference, imagine what we could achieve if we were properly resourced. In an era of unprecedented austerity, the SNP are doing what they always do: talk left and walk right. Conference, the SNP government in Edinburgh must properly fund Glasgow and every single council in Scotland. Thank you.